Konnichiwa, konbanwa, hi everybody, or whoever's going to join me this evening. Tonight, what I thought I'd do is I'd go through some kumite drills that you can use with a partner in your dojo. Now, with kumite, you can't teach kumite. You can, however, teach the drills to help with coordination and reaction time, etc., etc. But you cannot teach kumite. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's warm ourselves up. All right, all I want you to do is from this position, step your right leg back into a short stance with your guard in position. Okay, now with your guard, don't have your guard too low, don't have it too high. One should be about sternum level, the other one should be just about mouth chin level. Okay, from this position, all I want you to do is you're going to take your left arm and just bring it up to your ear. When you do that, you're going to step forwards into this. So we're going to step forwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Okay, now this time what I want you to do is step forward with the back leg. So you're going to come forwards and it's going to be ish, and then you're going to revert back. So from this position here, all you're going to do is you're going to go forwards and you are going to reverse here. So it's kind of a reverse empty strike, if you like. So from this position, if you can imagine your opponent's got the same guard up as you, so they've got their left hand forwards. They're going to jab, so they're going to go from here to here. They're going to step in, strike. Then as they do that, what you're going to do is you're going to slip the punch. So you're going to slip the jab. So we're going to step in again. If you want to put this in there, go ahead and do so. But so long as you protect yourself to begin with, that's the main thing. That is the main thing. If you are watching and I'll wave, I'm waving, I'm saying hello, etc., etc. So from there, we're going to go up, reverse, and then back. We're going to go up, reverse, and then back. So what's happening is that as they're punching in, we are moving their arm to the outside. So in, reverse. From this position, in, reverse. Hello, Mr. Hully. In, reverse. Now we're going to add to that. So from this position here, we're going to go forwards, slip the jab, shitozuki. So we're going to come up. Now shitozuki is straight forwards, but I would go up into the rib cage. Or you can do kagezuki around to the rib cage. Okay? So we're going to forwards, each twist in and short, knee, and from this position, twist in again, rising elbow strike. Now notice I step to my left leg then. So what we've done is, we have slipped the jab with our first technique, we've twisted in and executed our reverse punch, we've then twisted back in and caught the chest area. Alright, so on that roaring elbow, my question is the head turned full 90 degrees? Finishing position. No, you don't have to. You don't have to, because you can go from where you are, you can see the punch, and you just use peripheral vision there. The thing with kumite is being one step ahead. So you know what you're going to do. So with this drill here, we don't have to turn the head. So we don't have to be this way. Because of the rising elbow strike anyway, I'm using the rising elbow to protect my head. So it doesn't matter if it comes behind you or not. But I'm using it to protect. So going forwards, we're rising, shitozuki, and then from here, rising elbow strike there. Doesn't matter if the rising elbow strike is the hand is open. Oh, we've got a visitor. Doesn't matter if the rising elbow strike is open. The main thing is where you're actually striking towards. Go on. So, come forwards. Rising elbow, twisting shitozuki. Then from here, rising elbow again. And then revert back to square one. So, forwards each. Twisting knee, shitozuki, and then from there, rising elbow san. And then back. Forwards each. Twisting knee, san. Use your karate. Intruder enters the room. Well, I would, but you know, she might not like it. So from here, rising elbow, shitozuki, rising elbow again. Now this might look familiar when you go from here to here, or you go from here to here in kata sansaru. So it might look familiar to some of you, and that's kind of how we're finishing. Kind of how we're finishing. Okay, ish, knee, san, and then back. Ish, knee, san, then back. Now, a couple of the keys to this is your hips are already on a 45-degree angle in your fighting stance. So what you need to do is when you step forwards, make sure that you engage the hip around. Try to keep that 45 off pretty close to it. Then as you twist in, use both feet to twist for the shitozuki into the ribs. Then we use both feet again to fire into the rising elbow strike to the chest. This could also be a rising elbow strike to an arm, depending on what side you're protecting from. So from here, we're going to go forwards. Each knee, san, back. Each knee. You could even add this into. You can make karunfa with this. San. In fact, we'll add the kick in. We'll do the front kick as well. So from here, forwards. Each knee, san. When you land, when you land, wow. After you've done the kick, watch what my right foot does. So this one here. We're going to kick, just a snappy kick, but then as we're landing, we're going to make this action with the right foot, with that right leg. So we go forwards. Each knee, san. Doesn't matter if you can get into sumo, yeah. If you can't, then doesn't matter. The main thing is that you're getting down as low as you possibly can, really. So don't panic too much about the stance as such. What you want to worry about more is what the feet are doing and what the hips are doing. Far too often in your training, we worry about what's the stance doing, what are the arms doing, the stance and the arms are passengers along the way of defence. What we need to be concerned with is, from where we are here, no guard or anything, is stepping in, throwing the hip in. Then from this next position, throwing the hip around. Then from this next position, I'll step back a little bit. From this next position, throwing that hip in there. So all would be effective. So if you can imagine a punch coming towards you, you step forwards. I've just gone off that line of attack now. I can twist in, I can do whatever technique I want. Now, if it was Seppai would say to go from here, twist in and punch. Sorry, twist in and kick. So I can do that if I want to. But for the sake of kumite, with your partner, just get your partner to slip the punch, just punch in with their forward arm, slip the strike, control the arm, shitazuki. Now you didn't see this on the other side, but I was pulling it right back. And I left it open to symbolise a grab. Anytime there's an open hand in kata or yikion, that symbolises some kind of grab. So go forwards, ish, knee, from here, san, and then back. The main thing is when you land, don't land this way. I want this to happen on the land itself. So it becomes 1, 2. If that makes perfect nonsense. Okay, a couple more. Let's put the whole thing together nice and slow. Ish. Defending. Shitazuki. Front kick. Land. Back. Now we are going this way a little bit. So you might need to correct. Do we do any grappling at any time said club has started? Yes and no. All katas involve some kind of grappling and throwing and this, that and the other. When you say grappling, if you imagine even your first kata, even Tadashiru's first kata, from this position here, grappling is grabbing. That's all grappling is. The idea behind karate isn't to go to the floor. The idea behind karate is to have it finished in one hit. It's called Iken Hisatsu, which is a one-strike kill. So if you can imagine, poor old farmer, he's on his farm, samurai warrior comes along with his katana. The farmer has to get to samurai warrior before samurai warrior does this, because that in itself will be a strike. Okay? Whoop, can't see. So you've got to move in quick. So when it comes to grappling, yes, grappling is involved. Grappling is grabbing. So the idea behind this, I'll do it from, I'll do it this way so you can see. We step in. Well, you're not going to see it. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'll do it this way so you can see. We step in. We've got our arm there. This here would be the grappling arm. Pulling in. Now with that, because we are, what's one strike kill called? Iken Hisatsu. I don't know if it's pronounced properly, but that's the basic of it. Iken Hisatsu. One strike, boom, done. So as you step in, we've stepped in, we defended ourselves, we're grabbing the arm. Now this here, this short punch, if you've got an arm going across your body now, this short punch could just simply be just an arm break. So what we've done is we've taken the arm, we've slipped the punch, we've grabbed the arm, and then up underneath here is our rising elbow strike. So you could even turn it into that if you want. It could just be like an MP combination, this. So we could turn it into MP, snap the arm, kick, finish off. Come back. Easy peasy. So it's entirely... Bless me. One thing you don't see is a lot of this sort of bunkai being taught. I like to keep a lot of it for the students. I don't like to do a lot on video, but even things like kata seon chin, where you come up for the uppercut. Yeah, it's not COVID, you fool. Where you come up for the uppercut. This uppercut could be you blocking somebody's left arm, grabbing the left arm, and we're coming up on inside the body and pulling that arm. So we've kind of blocked the left arm, and then the punch, the uppercut comes up on the inside. So we kind of have this or this, if that makes sense. So when you get into things like seal chin, that's all there. What keeps moving in bottom corner by Saifa? Where? I don't know, have I got rats? I don't know, maybe there's some orbs. There's been some orb activity in here today. So maybe there's some orbs. I don't know. You could even, if you wanted to, and again, this is really simple, just kumite drill. If you wanted to, slip the punch, strike to the ribs. From here, convert to more washigiri towards the groin area. So if you can imagine that from this position, or this side. No? No. No. So if you can imagine from here, this is, you need to stay focused.
Oh, yeah. Me?
It's a ghost.
I'm not a ghost.
There you go. She's not a ghost. It's a foot. So, from this position here, if you can imagine, we've slipped the punch, we have jab to the ribs, the round kick is going to come around this direction. So we can turn this into a groin level round kick, which then lowers the head, which means that then winds us up for the next technique. So that would look something like this, with in, MP, short punch, then from here, round kick, and then up. Revert. Same principle kind of applies, but again, the main thing isn't so much the technique that you're using, it's what the feet are doing and what the placement of your hips as well. So I say this is a kumite drill, basically because all we're doing is we're kind of going offline and back online. Far too often in kumite, people will just go backwards. The goal here is as the punch comes in, off, on. So we don't want to spend too much time off. We want to be off and then on again. So it should go from here, 1, 2, if that makes sense. And then kick, then whatever comes next. Okay? So, lots of questions from my one. Alright, princess. It's alright. When you've done a little bit of proper karate, it'll toughen up a little bit. What do you think I'm on laminate? So, doesn't matter, still twist. You get carpet burns, it's good for you. It's called conditioning. So from here, in, twist, kick, strike, and back. You can do, but he's even a bigger girl than you are. Okay, one more time. I'm going to go into another combination now. So each defense, attack, attack, finish. Now, would you use this in kumite? No, because there's certain rules for kumite. However, it's a good drill to defend and then back on. Just having that switch of the feet is a good drill to have. Okay, change legs. Let's work the other side now on something different. Okay, so from here, most people will go same leg back as you. So if I've gone from right leg back to left leg back, your opponent will match it. And you can really just throw your opponent off by switching. So we've gone through switching before, but I'll do it again a little bit today. And then I'll go into finishing kata, because that's just taken us 20 minutes. Thanks for the questions. So we're going to switch. But we're not going to... but it's not going to be... We're not going to have this big gap between our feet. We're just going to go from where we are The basic way of doing it is step back, step forwards, then drive. So we'll do that a couple of times first. Step back, step forwards, drive, and then revert. Back, forwards, drive, revert. But that's the long-winded way. We want our partner to think that we're going from where we are now, that we're switching legs. But we're not going to switch legs. Shh. We're not going to switch legs. Got an audience here laughing at me. All we're going to do is we're going to give them that impression that we are. And it's all in the timing. So when you switch legs, don't spend too much time here. You want to be taking that body weight from where my left leg is now into the reverse punch. But I'm going to start left leg back. So from here, slow down, it will look like 1, 2, 3. And then back. When you are switching, don't get too much height. So avoid this. You want to try and stay in a low stance and let the legs do the work for you as you switch, and then your body weight's coming from the left side into your reverse punch. So let's do the switch. So you're just going to switch and go back to where you were. So switch, then back. Switch, back. Switch, back. Switch. Oh, carpet burns. Now what this does, you girl, what this does is movement hides movement. So whenever you are sparring, anytime you can move, that's going to hide. This is why you see world champions, they're kind of doing this, because movement hides movement. I'm not trying that. Do it, do it, do it. I don't know. Southern softies there. So from this position, switch, back, switch, back. Now from here we're going to put the reverse punch in. Switch, punch, back. So when I say don't spend too much time at the switch position, you can use your left foot to push. You can also combine this with kicks. So from this position here, you can put kicks in there. So, pansies. Yeah, but I'm not crying about carpet burns, am I? No, I'm not. So, switch and punch. Each switch, punch, back. Knee, switch, punch, back. If you want to just break it down for yourself and just go 2, 3, you can do if you're into waltzing and stuff. It's up to you. Okay. Ish. I'm trying not to put too much effort forwards. You might find that because you're pushing so far on your left leg that you lose balance when you're going forwards. If that happens, add a punch. If that happens, add a punch. So from this position here, 1, 2, I'm pushing forwards, finish off with something else. Okay? Okay, a few more. Ish. Knee. San. See then, we can add another reverse punch in there. What happened was, is I did my switch, did my reverse punch, but the momentum kept going. So you can add GTG. I don't understand what GTG means. Get that guapo. Sorry, it's off a program I'm watching. There's a gang called GTG. Stands for Get That Guapo. Okay, from there, a couple more. Ish. Nearly. Nearly. Knee. Salam. I don't know how close I'm getting to the camera, but I think I might hit it in a minute. Go. And relax. Yasame. Alright, so like I said in my last video, still waiting for results to come back from my x-ray regarding breathing. Alright, let's get into some Saifa. We might finish this and then move on to back side eye, see where we get. So last week we got to this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I believe in using the stance. So when you move, you've got 70% of your body weight on your front leg. Now, in previous kata Saifas that you may or may not have seen, you have this motion. But as you can see from the sideways on view, this motion, there's a lot of upper body movement there. So what I like to do is use the stance. Got 70% forwards. All I have to do is use it. And we execute kata yuke there in sanchindach. However, I have seen some of my students, some of the advanced students, doing neko ashidach, cat stance. So either or. I wouldn't penalise anybody for doing one or the other. Alright? So if you find yourself going from here to a sanshin, or you find yourself going from where you are to a neko ashidach, that's perfectly fine. Either or. The reason, apart from carpet burns. Well, you've not got my carpet burns, so you've not missed those, have you? Nothing, we're moving on to Saifa. So when you do this, the reason that I go into sanchindach is just a bit of thinking method, really. Your body, because you train for so long, etc., wants to do kata yuke in neko ashidach. However, your next technique is coming around. So when you've done that, oh no, it's not, it's extending forwards. Duh! Don't even know my own katas. So it just makes more sense to me to go from a sanchindach here and extend forwards. Because look at where the foot goes now. Go from sanshin, and then we can really throw that hip into our stance. So as we move around now, use the body weight forwards, left foot in, sanchindach, kata yuke. Now as you do the kata yuke, right hand parries, left hand blocks. So we go from where we are, this will be broken down. Right hand is on top, left hand is underneath. Spin and turn. I'm going to adjust slightly because of the sofa. So from this position now, step, parry, block. Then from here, extend forwards into Zen Kutsudach, grabbing high, pulling low, striking collarbone. Right hand opens, comes around. Now we've been through that, so I'm not going to show you to refine that because you just do the same thing that I said to refine last week and do it on this side. The main part of this is as you turn around that you have here first. Notice the hips haven't gone that far and everything happens together. Notice there's a bit of a come up there in the stance. Going from a low stance to a high stance. So there has to be a slight uplift. So we've done that, we're extending forward. Now we're going to use our right leg. I'll show you how we refine this. We're going to use our right leg to shoot up and around. Now, when you're doing this, don't just, I'll show you the hands in a second. When you're doing this, don't throw the leg forwards. Throw it around. What that will help you do is, rather than go forwards one, hopping around, by throwing the leg out and around, it will help with your twist into your next technique. So if you're doing these both sides, as Mr. Miyagi would say, when you're doing this, let everything happen around. So don't make it 1, 2. Make it one movement around. Also treat it as a thigh block as well. One thing that again we can do in kumite is, front kick comes in, we can take our back leg and thigh block it out of the way, which will mean that the kick will look something like this because of the thigh block. We can also use our thigh block into people's ribs. So from this position, come up, I'm not sure I comprehend that. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it might have tiny brains, but punch hard. Keyboard warriors, I love them. So as we are here, we come around. One movement. Now this, what you may see as a tetsui, actually is going to come around and strike forearm to the neck. Here. Then I'm going to grab behind the neck, strike in. So again, there needs to be gamaku there. So as you finish this, you still need to have a bit of hip twist in there. Don't over exaggerate. Now kata is straight forwards. Bonkai would be upwards because of where we're striking towards. So if you can imagine somebody's head here, somebody's neck, sorry, struck to the neck and grab around the back of the neck, we can pull down and through. Oh, yeah. We go 1, 2. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, first of all, you haven't. And second of all, it's an RSPCA thing, is that, I think. You ever punch your dog, sunshine, I'll be coming to knock on your door. So we'll come around, 1, 2. Same on the other side. Leg out and around. Let that help this leg spin. And if you're not here to learn, switch off. You can quite easily switch off, it's not a big issue. I really don't care. So you can be smart with this, you can be smart with this, or you can, spend some time learning something. Because no doubt when it comes to a dojo scenario, you might learn something. But that time will come. It's all right. So from here, come around, right arm across the gut. Then come around, strike again. Strike. Forearm towards the neck, grab the back of the neck, Shitozuki, short punch. Now once we've executed that, we're ready to finish. So as we finish this, I'll step back a little bit. We're going to step forwards into Sanchin. We're going to extend. We're going to step forwards into Sanchin. We're going to extend our punching arm. And we're going to close our fist. Palm downwards for this. So what's going to happen is, from this point of view, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 together. So as we move through this, it's not fast, it just becomes and everything finishes in stance. And then from that position, punch. Gomaku needed. It's alright. It's alright. I know you're kidding. I'm not. Where are we going? 1, 2. We'll come through. Here. This one's just for you, Stu. Hip. Just towards the sternum. So we are now facing this direction. Now we're going to step out to our right hand side. So we need a long step. Don't step too shallow, don't step too short either. So we're going to go long. As we do that, right hand comes underneath. We're going to spin, clear the body. I love trolls. And I don't mean the ones that are just on your news feed that are, keyboard, and I mean actual people that look like trolls. So from this position, as we come in, we're going to move the hands around and in to the hip and the shoulder. As we do that, we're going to point in neko ashidachi. Now notice that this hand's tucked in, so it's not here, it's not here. This hand is across the chest, just like you would if you were doing outside shuto or haito. Dude, do you know what? I've spent more time talking to you in a bottle than you. Just switch off. Just switch off and don't watch anymore. Because I'm getting a bit peeved with it now. So just switch off. You're not doing anything. You sat on your sofa. Some of us are trying to do something here. So switch off. Do us all a favour. So as we come in from here, we're going to move around. As these hands come in, neko ashidachi. Now this doesn't stay in here for a very long time. It literally goes from where you are. So you can go from hip with this hand up to the chest. Literally one there. That's as simple as it is. You're going to go from chest with this hand to the opposite hip. Keep it in tight. So don't do this. Not a big circle. Drop the elbow and pull it in. So just pull the elbow back. But you've got to combine from where you are together. Now whenever you're doing Wawashi Uke, there's no stopping point here. As soon as it's in, push. Okay? Expose the teisho as much as you possibly can. Mine's a bit naffed anyway, so that's why I can't straighten my fingers too well. But expose the teisho as much as you can. And that will be the kata finished. So just to recap that again, go from where we are. We're going to do sanchindachi with the left leg forwards, right arm paris, left arm blocks, kakiyuke. Extend your left leg into the zenkutsu dachi, grab eye level, pull floating rib level, strike collarbone level. 2 hands. Right hand opens, comes around. Shuffle this way because I know where I'm going now. So for me, we come around, strike. Notice I'm using 2 hands for that strike. So it's this. In, strike again. And from this position, left side. Right arm comes across the stomach, left arm across the head, left leg is up and around. From there, hammer fist or forearm, I don't know what the forearm's called. Grabbing the neck, shitazuki, extend forwards, static strike, sternum level. And from this position, we're going to step out, turn around, in, finish. And that is the Tadashi version of kata Saifa. Slightly different to some Saifas, but I've had to put my own stamp on it. Just understand that there is no such thing as traditional karate. There are many, many different styles of karate, and there's no such thing as traditional. Tradition would mean there's one way of doing it. Tradition to me means that whatever's come from you. So as an example, you know, Sunday roasts, tradition would be to have roast beef, maybe. That's a traditional Sunday dinner. But my traditional Sunday might be chicken. It's still a traditional Sunday dinner, isn't it? So tradition to me doesn't really mean, you know, too much, because there is no such thing as traditional karate in my eyes. That can be rebutted. There's no such thing as traditional karate because there's so many expansions. So many people have branched off to do their own thing that to go back to the lineage, to go back to the very, very beginning of karate, you wouldn't even recognize it today. All right, so you know, a lot of karate today is aesthetically pleasing. It's good for the eyes. We'll catch it when I've missed that. No worries, dude. Perfectly fine. I appreciate that. Thank you, Steve. At least someone's showing some courtesy on the channel tonight. Everyone else can just do one. Because while their keyboards and fingers get worn out, my karate just gets better. While they're getting fatter, I'm just getting stronger. So there is no such thing as tradition in my eyes. Again, that can be rebutted. But yeah, so I've just gone over the whole thing of Saifa over the last few weeks. Next week, what I will do is I will do some more training, but we'll start Basai Dai next week. And we'll do little sections of that towards the back end of the class. I'm only probably doing 40 minutes or so of each class anyway, each week. A couple of combinations, just to give you something to think about. Because it's all well and good training this, but you've got to train this as well. It's not going to a gym and just sweating when you've been lifting wrong. All right, but don't ever neglect dojos. Don't ever neglect dojos. Dojos are your one-on-ones. Even if there's 20 of you in the class, that is your one-on-one time with your instructor. So make sure you get to a dojo after lockdown's finished. This is lockdown 3. Well done. Keep your cool, James Davey. Internet warriors. I'm not going to read that out loud because it's a bit sweary. But thank you very much, Dave Robinson. I will keep my cool. Yeah. Yeah, anyway. That's all I could say, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be the bigger man. Alright, so don't neglect your dojo. Your dojo is key. When lockdown's finished, we'll be back in the dojo. So make sure you're practicing. You've got to practice this stuff. I won't be doing lives as much, but there'll be dojo stuff. There'll be more videos coming out. So just keep your eye out for those as well. Make sure you subscribe to Dashiru Karate Do on YouTube. And also don't forget there's the Bearded Truth. Comes in very handy these days. And I will love you and leave you and say sayonara.